think it's important for venues like the Clashman Club or songwriters clubs, whatever you want to call them? Do you think they're important in that it actually makes the audience listen to what's actually going on?
Yeah.
As opposed to, do you think people have lost the capacity to actually listen to lyrics and to listen to music?
No, I don't think people have. I think what I've noticed is that I think it is really important. You do have venues like these showcases and songwriters clubs because people do go there to listen to music. But I just think that music, the problem with a lot of, I don't think it's a problem with people not listening to music in the same way. It's just that we're bludgeoned by in-your-face music at the moment, and it's really heavy. It's really serious stuff, and really loud. And so you can go to a festival and you can talk all the way through because it's so overpowering. But with my set, it is pretty quiet a lot of the time, and you can there's lots of sparseness in it. And you do need to listen to it, and I think that's great. It's a challenge for everybody.
It's interesting what you said about using the keyboards as well, as it doesn't make it a deterrent to play instruments anymore. It means people can get involved in doing that kind of thing. But how do you feel about electronic music, well, dance music, which only really uses that and doesn't really use instruments, but say house music or drum and bass or that kind of thing?
How do you mean by that?
Do you think that has got a quite a progressive side to it and it's got an important place in the music industry?
The dance side?
The dance side, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it has done since it started to bubble, in the late 80s even. But I think that we'll go through phases, in the next 10 years where dance music will evolve in certain ways and people will use elements of it, when Tricky first came out, when Portishead first came out with Dummy, they were using trip hop, and dance elements, but fundamentally there was something else running through. They're not like a dance act. So I think there's going to be lots of evolving. I think there's also going to be terrible periods where music is awful again, no one really knows what they're doing or where they're going with it. So it's a bit like fashion, it'll spin and it'll get bigger and it'll spin again and get bigger again.
Your album is called My Beautiful Demon and it's released on August the 23rd. I just wanted to ask you about the title, if it had any hidden meanings or whether this was like your metaphoric muse or...
It's fairly simple. It was I titled it My Beautiful Demon because the first song I actually recorded for the album was the title track My Beautiful Demon, and it was actually a great moment because I was in the studio and I just laid down the two guitar tracks to that song, and I was so pleased with the sparseness of it and the sort of rugged edge to it. I went away and David Costin, who produced the album, put a few soundscapes around it and phoned me up and said, come and listen to this. And we went to his house. He's got a beautiful system in his house. We just sat back and just listened to it. And it was a seriously fantastic moment. I sat there and I just thought, Jesus, this is the sound. This is what I've been trying to, this is what I've been evolving. And it was just that moment that triggered the entire record, that brought the record alive, and it also inspired me to carry on, writing, in this mode. So it deserved to be called, My Beautiful Demon. It was just like the moment for me. I just thought, shit, cracked it. That's it.
So at the moment, you're getting a lot of press, as you said. It must be quite an exciting time for you. Do you feel very excited about what's about to happen to you or what could happen to you? And are you surprised from the roots of what you've been doing that this has happened?
God, it's all happened sort of it's been bubbling for about 3 months, but the last month has been, out of control. It's because I've never experienced this before, to actually go into the news agents and you see magazine after magazine, and you go, oh, I'm in that one, I'm in that one, oh yeah, I'm that next week, and it's got to the point where I'm now getting phased by it because there's so much and it's all really good. And I must say, it takes quite some adjusting to get that attention suddenly like that, because I do feel that somebody's not told me that I'm standing on a skateboard and I've suddenly been pushed down the street. It hasn't. It's gone mental. Every sort of day there's something else. It's like it's been like a snowball. Now there's a bit more radio, and now there's more interviews, and it's just. Whew. Sometimes I just want to get off the train and just go and get back on again. So I'm really, really excited, and it's even greater when, like, even my mum and dad, who read the Guardian, open it up and there it is, a live review, and it's great, and it's really funny that my mum and dad have heard of me now, and I love that, you know. So yeah, it is weird. It's actually weird because I don't feel any different about what I do. I'd still do it. It doesn't make any difference. To suddenly get this kind of attention is really, it's almost unbalancing, and I kind of have to take fire. I've got some good people around me that are doing the press and looking after me and stuff. So there's a nice sort of, you know, don't worry about it. Just, you know.
Fame is quite a strange thing. It's pretty well impossible for it not to, you know, have some kind of effect on people. Would you think that it's going to change you in any particular way, or do you think it's just going to?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, you'll change you completely. You'll be a complete arse." So, but I don't know. I think I hope that all I hope it doesn't do. I mean, I hope it doesn't change me to the point of being, you know, wanting all these yellow Smarties and all that sort of stuff. But I hope that it doesn't, the volume of things that happen and the intensity and the mad highs and lows of it all don't destruct the creative process, you know. So I can just shut the door, draw the curtains and switch my stuff on and just get on with some writing, and, you know, I hope that doesn't, you know, dilute what I'm doing. Yeah, that's pretty much my only fear of it, you know. I don't mind the gigging, the travelling, but, you know, whatever, it's all sounds just great, you know.
Well, judging by the kind of creativity of the album, you deservedly get everything you're going to get, right?
Thank you.
Lastly, just to say, you're from Wolverhampton, Joel, you're from Wolverhampton. Collaboration?
It's funny you should say that. It's very funny you should say that. That would be cool. But I actually cooked his tea once, so maybe, you never know.
Where was that?
Dingwalls in Camden, and he does his Metalheads nights there. And he came up to me once when I was there, and I was chef, and he came up and he said, "How much is chicken and chips, mate?" And I said, "Nothing." Don't worry, I'll do it for you now. And like, simple job, I could like a bit sort of, you know, oh, he's famous. So I just gave it to him, and he went, "How much, mate?"
Oh, he might be making you do the same.
Yeah, I hope so. That'd be a laugh, wouldn't it?
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.